Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. This is Genshin Impact English lesson number 26. We finished Stormterror, we talked to Amber, and now we're gonna have some lunch, dinner, maybe it's breakfast with her. You could totally change the time clock. That's Amber and Amber. Because you can log in at any time, any point. After doing dailies, maybe you've gotten a few wishes, maybe you had your commissions, you finished domains, you defeated some enemies, you got some using an end battle or experience. I'm always going to tell you, check, because you might have done something accidentally, and that could be a really good reward. And I love rewards, don't you? And the most fun thing about Genshin Impact is check your events. Just because sometimes around this point, Adventure Rank 19, the little ladies in finishing Mondstadt, you can get Barbara. So, yay! You might have gotten Barbara early, but it doesn't have to be at this specific point in time. Yeah, and like every other character, when you get them, go to the list, check them out. Hey, we got a constellation from Barbara. That's pretty sweet. I think that means I got her early. So I just got a constellation. So if you got Barbara early, this might be your constellation, okay? So, yeah. Attributes. You should be able to level them up now. Even one more time. Yay. 20 out of 40. Can I do it one more? Okay. That's as far as I can go. Oh, and remember your rewards. Sweet. Okay. And in terms of wishes, I did this during Flynn's and Yelan. I love them both. Good thing I got them secured on another account. So, that's pretty sweet. Oh yeah, I got an award from M Battle. Sorry, I get so excited with rewards. You have to check your rewards and see if you got anything, because that's like the best thing ever in this game. Okay, and let's start our quest.
Here we go. This is it.
Wow, very gusto at the start.
Crisis, danger, the thrill of adventure. Adventurers Guild! Finally, our days of rescuing kittens and finding lost puppies are over. The age of adventure is upon us.
Finally, we get to do something useful.
Roll up, youngsters. Join the Adventurers Guild today. In this time of great upheaval, we must rally together, take on the dragon, and save our great city of Mondstadt!
Roll up, youngsters. Get ready, youngsters. Upheaval, noun, a violent or sudden change or disruption to something.
What? What?
We went off without you.
The Stormterror threat is resolved? I missed the acting clanmaster's speech?
In case you're curious, Jean is running Mondstadt in place of Varka. She is the acting grandmaster. Oh, don't complain, dude. Cheer up.
Stormterror should have put up more of a fight. We didn't get to join in.
And Cyrus's voiceover is always so funny. Oh my god. It's one of the best voice acting in the Mondstadt set of characters.
Long live the heroes. Thank you. It's finally over. Many trade routes have closed due to the Stormterror incident. We can cope for now without fresh fruit and vegetables. But if the wine supply dries up, we're all doomed. I cannot imagine a world without wine. I hope they get the trade routes back up and running soon.
Back up and running soon. An idiom means to refer to a system or business or project has returned to its normal and operational state after an unexpected period.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
So Stormterror's true identity is Dvalin, one of the Four Winds. We never should have forgotten his past sacrifice for Mondstadt. Every cloud has a silver lining. We're fortunate that our relationship with the Dragon of the East didn't sour past the point of no return.
Every cloud has a silver lining. So this phrase is a proverb that means every difficult or sad situation has a comforting or more hopeful aspect, even though this may not be immediately apparent. The phrase sour past means a past situation or relationship turned unpleasant, spoiled, or negative. Overall, Mondstadt is happy
For
Dvalin
that,
turned to normal.
we have you to thank. And Jean for her unfailing devotion.
Unfailing devotion, constant commitment.
As long as we have the Knights of Favonius, peace and freedom will prevail in Mondstadt.
Peace and freedom will long-lasting succeed in Mondstadt. I wish that was true everywhere else. Because we all want peace. We all do.
Greetings. May I take your order?
Why so cold? I've always thought that we enjoy quite the intimate friendship.
Bruh, we're just ordering. Calm down. It's funny. He expects us to interact with him first before we order food, and he cuts us off with, "Why so cold?" as if we're ignoring him.
Ah, so you do feel something for me. And people say my charm is fake.
A very colorful line, confirming that we're best friends with him, but in this line, he's being sarcastic because people mistake that his charm is superficial when Kaya really is not, even though he's very passé and indirect and suave.
To bask in the presence of Mondstadt's new big hero is quite the morale boost. And that's coming from a knight.
To bask, verb, to lie in exposed warmth and light, such as to bask in the sun on a beach. He's saying that because we're a hero in shining armor and light, to bask in a knight's true colors. Heroic colors.
Sweet-talking, sugar-coated Captain Kaya.
Yep, that's him alright.
Nonsense. I speak from the heart.
I speak from the heart, meaning I'm very honest with everyone around me. I speak the truth. Also, really good colorful language here in the transcription. I just have to show that just because of what we're covering so far.
Just looking for a quiet spot to collect my thoughts.
While all the other knights are working hard to clean up after the battle?
Thinking can be an arduous task, you know. Believe me, I'd much rather be taking out the trash.
Arduous, adjective. A task that is so difficult that it's so tiring. For someone who says, "I didn't know you were such a slacker." He's not even thinking about helping his friends.
So what you thinking about then?
Short for what are you thinking about?
The Abyss Order. A dragon wreaks havoc in Mondstadt, and the acting Grand Master leaves the city to combat the threat. Strategically, that's the perfect moment for the Abyss Order to make their move.
To wreak havoc, to cause destruction, or revolt.
If you were the Abyss Order, would you squander this golden opportunity by sending in nothing more than a few hilly churls?
Would you squander the opportunity? Squander, verb, to waste a reckless and foolish opportunity in this context.
To get to the bottom of it, I decided to wait. So I waited, and watched for their next move.
To get to the bottom of it, we must investigate.
Then came the day you made all hell break loose in Storm Terror's lair. Just as the hilly churl's cries sounded from the city gates.
All hell breaks loose is an idiom for right after, there's a blackout, there is a wild uproar. Something disruptive
That same
happens.
day, I saw shadowy figures lurking in the city itself.
Inside the city?
Well, all the other knights were outside, fighting the enemy. As you can imagine, that left the inside of the city completely unguarded.
While we were fighting Storm Terror, this happened.
Except for me, of course. And so I approached the Abyss Order infiltrators for a bit of, let's call it fraternizing.
He approached him for a bit of more information. Also, this is a really good one. So, fraternize, verb, meaning to make a friendship with someone when you're not supposed to. In this sentence, it's a gerund. skip ahead of the timeline if you don't want spoilers. This is your time to do so. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because he said fraternizing, you should know that Kaya is half Conrian. So if you've gotten far in the story, you know what that means by now. So we don't know if he fraternized with someone new or an old friend from when he was in Conria. So it's still not confirmed after all these years.
Through various means, I managed to gather some rather interesting intel. The situation is this: the Abyss Order. They are united under a single leader.
Very important later. You'll know what this means when you get to Sumeru.
The Abyss Order has a leader?
Yes. And it was this very leader who devised the plot to turn Dvalin into a weapon of war.
Devise a plot, make a plan.
What exactly did you have to do to find this out?
Let's just say I'm blessed with certain linguistic powers.
He's very persuasive, he's saying.
There's more. The Abyss Order has a name for this leader. They call her the Princess.
This isn't a spoiler here. We all know that is Travis' sister. You've seen it after the Storm Terror ending.
Now, I'm sorry to cut this intelligence briefing short, but I do believe I spy Amber heading this way. I think she's still angry with me for my absence from the defense effort during the attack. I'd better slip away before she notices me.
He's trying to get away with all the free time he has before Amber gets him to work. Oh, what a slacker. And he tells us that we're slacking.
1 minute I see Kaya, the next he slipped away. Clear sign of a guilty conscience.
So, guilty conscience. So when someone has a guilty conscience, they feel bad because they know they're doing something wrong. And Amber's saying that because Kaya knows that he's getting away with not helping out with work. Another real-life example of guilty conscience could be telling your boss you're sick but you just want a day off. Another example could be, oh, maybe I just want a day off because I know I work with my girlfriend and we just broke up last night. My mom says that I should go back for Thanksgiving, but I know I shouldn't because I know I'm going to see my sister and we don't get along and she doesn't even know that. So I should better have a guilty conscience of not going anyway and come up with a great excuse for it.
I agree. He sets a terrible example for someone who's cavalry captain.
She's got a big mouth for someone who is very senior.
But let's forget about him. I worked super hard today, and my tummy's rumbling. Let's order. Hi, Sarah. 1 sticky honey roast, please.
Oh, and we have a little cute, little innocent date with Amber. Amber with Amber. And I'm struggling sitting down again. Oh my god. No, and she got up.
So, now the Storm Terror threat is behind us. What are your plans for the next step?
When something is behind us, it's finished.
Paimon thinks it's time to leave Mondstadt and keep looking through the 7 nations until we find clues about his sister.
Huh, really? Oh, well, I guess this is goodbye for now.
Don't worry, Amber, we're gonna miss you. She's a bright of sunshine.
Hey, don't feel down. You'll always be a friend of the Knights of Avonius, and our honorary knight. Wherever you may go, and wherever the winds may blow.
A warm felt reminder that we could take any path we choose.
That's the spirit. Remember, Mondstadt will always welcome you.
That's the spirit, that's the attitude and personality and or mindset.
All right, now let's eat before it gets cold.
That was good. Note to Paimon, Amber's recommendations are worth the wait.
Of Of course. While I don't trust myself in the kitchen, you can always trust me with the menu. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. Jean's waiting for you at the cathedral. It's something to do with the Holy Lyre de Himmel. You'd better head there now.
Yeah, and about this point, Adventure Rank 20, you unlock the Battle Pass function, very essential, and then the Spiral Abyss. Woohoo, I'm gonna have to share you the link how to get there. I mean, you know, there's tons of tutorials. Extra characters, yes, there's many ways. Farina is the best way, old school way, use Kaya. Grab your experience. Yep, I got some awards. And then when you unlock the Battle Pass, there's a special cutscene that you should experience.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens. From that kingdom came a crowned heir, tasked with seeking out the Genesis Pearl from the kingdom of darkness. The first crowned heir began her journey of seeking the pearl. But she was deceived, and the memory of her noble origins faded. She now believed that she was the queen of the kingdom of darkness. But take heart. A second crowned heir had already taken up the path where the first had stumbled. This is the story of your journey, of your tale to be told.
Nothing much to write home with there. You know, those sentences were pretty simple to your intermediate level. Yes, Glacial Moon, sign up for that. It's fairly cheap, about $10 USD. If you want to unlock your Battle Pass, I'm not marketing that to you. That's just an option if you want to get better weapons instead of Dual Blade and Skyward Sword. Yeah, so Battle Pass, when you do stuff, you claim these awards. You get Primo Gems, you could get Sanctifying Elixir, your EXP, your ores. All are very essential for artifact building and weapon building, and I mean, so much more. Yes, those characters, you have to do the Spiral Abyss. And yep, let's head to our English lesson journey. It's good to get sidetracked just for a little moment. Come on, Amber. Come on. I'm so pulling for Verisa or Salonen on this account. I just can't wait till that happens. And yay, Amber is being a good outrider right now.
This is Barbara, the deaconess of the church. She is here to retrieve the Holy Lyre de Himmel.
May the Animal Archon protect you. I'm not really in a position to speak compared to our acting Grand Master. But I still want to thank you all on behalf of all of Mondstadt for your assistance. Fortunately, everything was resolved peacefully. I can't imagine how an all-out war between the military and the dragon would have ended.
Now the Fatui have no choice but to keep their mouths shut.
That's pretty funny.
They must be annoyed that things didn't turn out as planned for them. This time, they even lost their best excuse to pressure the Knights of Favonius. Diplomatically speaking, they gained nothing, and on the contrary, simply proved just how vexatious they can be.
Something speaking. In English, this defines the tone in the sentence, such as, mathematically speaking, 1 + 1 is 2. But it also applies context, such as in this example, diplomatically speaking, it has to do something with politics in this sentence. Yes, we say this phrase often. Vexatious adjective, tending to cause annoyance, frustration, or worry to someone, usually on purpose, with ill intent, usually. Example, the terrible math teacher was so vexatious, she had to put her nails on the chalkboard to make her students pay attention to her classes.
Sounds like quite the story. So, did you bring the Holy Lyre with you? We cannot ask you to keep defending the lyre forever. The Seneschal has been pressing me for a while now.
Seneschal, noun, usually is a steward during medieval times for a medieval great house. In this context, they're using the second definition, which is a governor or administrative of the church.
We, did bring it with us. It's a little...
Oh, don't worry. I'm not here to collect rent. The church has always received special funding.
Oh dear, let's see her reaction.
The Holy Lyre! Lord Barbados! Even if I atone for these sins for the rest of my life, it would still not be
This scene always gets me.
Oh, give it here.
How could this Holy Lyre, but how?
Huh? Let Paimon see!
No. I don't know how you managed to fix it, but you'll never touch the lyre again.
We, really should get going. That trick I used to repair the Holy Lyre. I mean, the magic I used isn't going to hold forever, you know.
Oh, Venti.
Hey, don't go!
Toned up part. It's just gold. Such a gold ending.
At last, Mondstadt's rodent ruler in the flesh. Scurrying through the streets looking for leftovers? Mondstadt calls this a god?
Resident rodent beats invasive vermin.
Don't you dare speak back to me, insolent bard.
Here, so he's being offensive to her. Invasive vermin, he's telling her she's a non-native rat or pest. Insolent, adjective, another word of saying offensive and or colorfully vulgar. Great detailed subtext to cover. It's very good.
Absentee Archon of Mondstadt. How impotent you've become.
That smirk you wear looks out of place. Did you steal it from your master's face?
Ooh, this is really good. So Venti, with that dialogue, that smirk you wear looks out of place. Did you steal that from your master's face? He's referring to her master, the Tsaritsa, but also her past, because she used to be from Mondstadt, and she also used to love someone in her past. So, you know, there's a lot of subtext going on there, and the expression on her face looks like, how dare you? How dare you mock my past and the Tsaritsa? Because look at the acting over here, it's so good. Look at that expression.
Should have held your tongue. So, this is a gnosis. Wouldn't be caught dead wearing this ugly thing in public.
Beauty is a waste when the beholder has no taste.
Venti!
Well, we have what we came here for. Come, before our dear Favonian friends arrive. Leave nothing for them to find.
Such a good boss introduction. Also choke me, mommy. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's an evil hot boss. I love it. Hopefully you like that little tad bit.
Honorary Knight, you're awake.
Oh, hi Barbara. Yes, we were down for a pretty long time. Wow. Venti, is he alright?
I wouldn't say he's alright, exactly. I found you lying unconscious outside the cathedral and used my elemental powers to heal you. That bard awakened first, but strangely, my healing powers had almost no effect on him.
Yeah, there's a reason here. You'll get to that later in Venti's story and other journeys.
This is the first time I've encountered such a patient, but he just said, it's completely normal, and then got up and left the cathedral.
He left? Already? Where'd he go?
The symbol of Mondstadt's hero. That's what he said. I wanted to stop him, but Jean, I mean, Master Jean, said to let him leave. How strange.
Paimon remembers Venti healing under that tree before. It's probably due to the connection between Windrise and the animal Archon. Master Jean has figured it out as well, but we can't tell Barbara.
Not so specific to Barbara, but the people of Mondstadt just can't know, because Venti prefers to live in secret with his people, and that he is not a leader. Because if he actually did disclose that information, a lot of people will be like, hey, where were you? Because that's how he protects the people of Mondstadt. And actually, that's pretty effective as an Archon. And it gives his people freedom. Also, since you're new, whenever you finish every story from every region, this happens where you get to talk with this special Archon, and you get to know lots of cool storytelling here. So yeah, wrap up and let's see what Venti has to say.
The wind amongst the branches is good. I love the way it smells. I said the exact same thing last time. Why do I only say these things when I'm down on my luck?
Down on his luck because he lost his powers, and it sucks. Just means you're not doing great. You had a bad day. Something bad happened. It sucks.
So you noticed. This isn't something I'm meant to discuss with ordinary people, but I suppose I can let you in on the secret. As you know, visions are external magical foci that only a small minority of people possess. They use these visions to channel elemental power. In truth, every wielder of a vision is one who can attain godhood and ascend to Celestia. We call such people allogenes.
Pretty good here. He explains them.
Allogenes? Paimon's never heard of them before.
That's because this is a secret that only Archons are privy to. We don't need primitive tools like visions.
Privy, adjective, sharing in knowledge of something in secret or in private.
Instead, each Archon has an internal magical focus that resonates directly with Celestia itself, known as a gnosis.
I love this because when you play Genshin Impact for the first time, he tells you what everything is.
It's just a glowing glass ball I carry around to avoid suspicion.
Disguising his gnosis as a vision. You'll see this throughout.
So who was that nasty woman who sent Paimon flying and stole your gnosis?
Her name is Signora, number 8 of the Harbingers. She and the rest of the Harbingers have been given godlike executive authority by the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya, and with it, strength surpassing that of other mortals.
Yep, Harbingers, they carry delusions. More on that later.
The Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya? Isn't that...
Indeed. She is one of the seven. The Tsaritsa who reigns from the Zepelyarny Palace, and the one person that the Fatui Harbingers all answer to. The seven don't always get along well, but still. I never thought that she would plot to steal another Archon's Gnosis.
Two different thoughts. This is why this sentence has a dash. Ending on ellipses, he's still thinking on that thought.
How should I put this? 500 years ago, I knew her well. But I can't say the same is true now. You see, a certain catastrophe happened 500 years ago, and after that, she cut off all ties with me.
Explains his relationship with the Tsaritsa.
But we can save discussion of the Cryo Archon and the Fatui for another day. If you seek the rest of the seven, many difficulties lie ahead of you still.
About that, Venti, give us 50,000 Primo Gems.
You should head for Mondstadt's neighboring nation of Liyue. The Geo-Archon who reigns there, unlike me, administrates his entire region personally. He only descends once every year to give his divine predictions, which set the direction for Liyue for the rest of that year.
Even so, it sounds like he works much harder than a certain someone,
She's throwing shade at him again.
In any case, this year's Rite of Dissension is soon to begin. If you miss it, you'll just have to wait another year.
Oh dear.
What? Oh, why didn't you tell us before? Well, then bye! We're going!
One moment, Windborn Outlander.
He's polite to us, but not to Paimon.
Yep. Traveler, as you set off on your journey once again, you must remember that the journey itself has meaning. The birds of Tevat, the songs in the cities, the Tsaritsa, her Fatui and the monsters, they are all part of your journey. The destination is not everything, so before you reach the end, keep your eyes open. Use the chance to take in the world around you.
Embrace exploration.
Great. So, that's that for the Animo Archon's admonishments. Back to Venti time.
Admonishments? Noun? Let me give you the correct meaning here because it's more like an advanced warning without being too harsh to the receiver. In the best context, a cousin telling you what to do before meeting your uncle when you enter their home.
If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a single climb.
Yeah, you should definitely explore this dialogue. A few things I like to go over.
That Fatui lady didn't hang around, did she? She just grabbed your gnosis and left?
She wanted to avoid any eyewitnesses from the Knights of Favonius. The slightest slip-up here would have destroyed the Fatui's diplomatic relations with the Knights.
The slightest slip-up, meaning the slightest mistake. You know, and it comes from this imagery where, like, everything's so fine and you're walking, and then until one mistake happens or occurs, you slip off the ground and fall off. Yeah, slip up, don't take that one too literally, because it's just an idiom.
So they're just gonna keep acting like Mondstadt's allies as if nothing happened?
If only the Seven Nations had banded together against the Abyss Order in the first place. The Fatui possess the strongest military among the Seven Nations, yet they've used it to steal the Holy Lyre, covet the power of gods, and use Dvalin as a bargaining chip against the Knights.
Bargaining chip, idiom, you're using something as a decoy tactic to make negotiations go well only on your end. Like in many movies, kidnap some rich person's son or daughter for ransom, and that's your bargaining chip to get money from that higher person in power.
Speaking of the lyre, didn't Diluc say something like this before? He said said that the Fatui can only run amok across the 7 nations and threaten the knights because of the Harbingers.
We went over run amok before, to behave uncontrollably and disruptively as a reminder.
Yes. As I said earlier, the Cryo-Archon has given them authority and strength beyond that of other mortals. The Tsaritsa... I haven't seen her in 500 years. What is she thinking? What's her plan? Whatever the answer is, I have a feeling it's only going to make your search for the 7 all the more difficult. If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a single climb. As I said before, vision wielders are known as allogenes and may ascend to Celestia. A gnosis is a higher-order nexus of elemental manipulation and is emblematic of an Archon's status as one of the 7.
Nexus, noun in this case, in this context of linking 2 or more elements together.
But as for which of the 7 took your sister, I'm sorry, I don't know. Wait, as one of the 7, I'm not clear of suspicion yet either, am I? We're a great team indeed. Say, once you find your sister, how would you like to become one of the new 4 winds?
You don't seem too into it. Hey, Tone Deaf Bard! If being one of the 4 winds means free food, you can consider Paimon.
If you want to chat, now's the time. A bard stays not always in a single climb.
The phrase he says in the end just means he moves around, because climb, noun, means a region considered with reference to its climate. He goes to many places in Teyvat.
Well then, best be off to Liyue. If the dissension ritual you failed to tally, then another year you must dally.
Yeah, if the dissension ritual you fail to tally, to attend, and tally as if in this case, yeah, like in my TEFL example, 13 walked and 7 took the bus. These are the tallies. Dally, verb, is just another word for to wander and or, walk around and just enjoy the moment. Such as to dally in a park. Also, we finished Mondstadt's West and we're going to Liyue. Yes, and you have to be adventure rank 23. Gross. I did this again. But I'm a pro. So, yeah. Yep, in case you're curious, these are all the rewards you should receive. If you don't, your game might have a bug. Just saying. We're still at adventure rank 20, so yeah, I recommend keep doing your dailies, explore, treasure chests. It's really the story quests that help you, and that's going to be the next ones. Also, we finished it, which means we get one more constellation. I recommend you unlock that. Perfect. And then, when you finish Mondstadt, let's view our logs. Should you take any interesting story quests, world quests, continue Rite of Dissension, but you need to, as I said before, increase your adventure rank. So we're not going to do the world quest for that right away. What I would recommend is, you could do some fun stuff on events, get those out of the way, but also enjoy them, obviously. To go to the next Archon quest, we had to do the Dark Knight hero story, and then Meaning of Lupical, with some light exploration, more on Mondstadt and Liyue. That's the end of our special Mondstadt Archon quest English lesson. Thanks for watching! I'll see you in Diluc's story. Bye! Au revoir! 再见!
Yawning without covering your mouth. Uncouth.